Hey, this is Barry and Holly of the WQSP Morning Show. Thank you for listening to our podcast, and we want to say a special thank you to our sponsors. Sponsored by U.S. Hydraulics, specializing in hydraulic parts and heavy equipment repair. They can help you today. Call 256-849-0215 to get it done right the first time.
This podcast episode is sponsored by Brazos, the only authentic Mediterranean restaurant in Marshall County. With great hospitality and even better meals, visit them in Gunnersville today.
Hey, this is Barry with the Barry and Holly Morning Show on WQSB. You can get behind-the-scenes chat, exclusive giveaways, and more content from us.
Hey, if you love the podcast, join us live every morning from 6 to 9 on the WQSB Facebook page.
Oh, how this sounds.
Sounds crazy.
But something told me to turn on the radio.
It's time to rise and shine and get your morning started with Alabama's award-winning morning show.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's a tradition.
Let's take the time today to really get to know each other.
Broadcasting live from high atop Alabama's beautiful Sand Mountain.
Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom.
Please welcome your hosts, Barry.
He's a crazy man. I can't eat, I can't sleep. All I can see is that giant red sun in the shape of a chicken.
And Holly.
No, it's not fair that people are seated first come, first served. It should be based on who's hungriest.
Drop you like a bag of dirt.
Why are the pretty ones always insane?
I gotta tell you, I have no idea where this is going.
Do you just get up in the morning and figure out ways to make me crazy?
Good morning, it's 6:11. That may be award-winning stuff right there.
That's what I do. I wake up in the morning trying to think, what will drive Barry crazy?
But you have a notepad over there. I just saw it. You try to hide it. I saw it. It's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to blow bubbles.
Well, you hurt my feelings one
What?
time. One time you said that I was keeping notes because I watched so many true crime.
That scared me.
Well,
One of the first times you invited me over where the girls were there and you had the TV on and it was the ID channel. Is that it?
oh yeah, yeah.
And it was on how wives killed husbands and got away with it. Not that but still, you were taking notes. I thought, whoa.
Just be thankful you're not my husband.
Yeah, I thought, whoa, somebody's in for a surprise. Make one that wrong move and you
I know. Hadn't found him yet, but when I do, I know how to take care of him.
Yeah, and the weather today, a lot to talk about with the weather. First of all, this is it. We only have, 18 more hours left and then the 2024, it's gone, done, over.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Are you?
I am too.
I'm ready for a fresh
weird
start.
Year.
Yeah,
it's been a weird year.
It's been a terrible year.
And
the worst things could have happened. I still have both my girls and both my parents.
Yeah.
And those are the most important things to me.
You're healthy.
I'm healthy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some scares, but they all turned out good.
Sure. You're doing new things with your job. You're not doing weather.
I know.
And then speaking of weather, excuse me, I cough when I go away. I want to get rid of that for 2025.
Yeah.
That's one of my things I want to get rid of. But,
me too.
But we were kidding around, and there's been a lot of people on TikTok talking about these so-called weathermen on TikTok. They're not really. They're just, my thought is they can't get a job at a TV station, so they just do it on TikTok.
And we all rolled our eyes.
Yeah.
But then today...
Because they were saying coming up this week, there should be a major snowstorm in the south. Now, here's the deal. It's not going to happen this week. We're not saying there's going to be a major snowstorm, but now the actual meteorologists and the National Weather Service is also climbing on board saying there is going to be one of these polar vortexes, Arctic blast, coming down from Canada and from the Arctic, dropping down. Remember last year when we had the ice? That similar thing is going to happen as far as the cold temps, but there's not this week. Next week.
Did you say polar vortex?
That's what they're saying, yeah.
That sounds intense.
Type in polar vortex. Yeah, that's like a good weather term you can use. Just throw that around.
Polar vortex.
So if you're going to be at a New Year's Eve party tonight, just work that into the conversation. Hey,
I heard on the radio today
Bob,
that polar vortex is headed for the south.
What do you think about that polar vortex, Bob? What do you think? You got enough supplies to get you through the polar vortex?
I'm looking it up, and it says, get ready. We're going to have some snow. I think it's safe to say we might see some. Flurries.
Cold weather
At least
for
flurries,
sure.
yeah.
For sure, you're looking at temps below freezing and possibly single digits, that kind of weather. And it all depends on where the moisture is coming up out of the Gulf. If there's enough and it all mixes together at the same time, we could have snow as far down as Florida.
We have to be careful what we talk about on air with weather because we take pride in bringing you the most up-to-date and accurate weather possible.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
We don't want to be one of those weather folks who like to scare you.
No, we're not scaring you or hyping it
It's not
up.
a red letter day or whatever, the red ribbon day or whatever they call it. I don't know.
Red on the radar.
I don't know what
alert,
is red, blue.
Red alert.
It's yellow
I don't know.
weather day. I don't know. But around the 9th, 10th, 11th, that area, that weekend, so not this weekend, but next weekend, there is a chance. For sure it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
What else is going to happen? They don't know. It's too far out.
Okay.
They won't know until like 2 days before. So just make a note in your mind around the 10th, 11th, 12th, that area, which if you're looking at your calendar, there's been some eyes being rolled because it's also leading into the Marshall County basketball tournament.
Oh, no.
And other county tournaments.
Oh, no.
That will kick off.
It did that 2 years ago.
Yeah, and last year, was it last year or 2 years ago when they had to...
They had to postpone it.
Had to do it like a week later just to get it in.
It was 2 years ago. Maybe 3. It was 2 or 3.
I don't remember. I mean, last year.
It wasn't last year for sure.
I don't have no idea.
Last year went as planned.
Yeah, but
Normal.
anyway, we're just giving you a heads up. There's a chance. So I just want you to know that there is a possibility.
Yeah.
That does not mean go buying all the bread and toilet paper you can right now. Don't.
No, it's bread and milk.
Yeah, whatever.
Not toilet paper.
Yeah.
Toilet paper was for COVID. Bread and milk is for snow.
Yeah.
Get it right.
But I'm always curious, if you lose power, the milk's going to go bad.
No. Not if it's that cold.
You
put the milk outside in the snow. Because I've asked about this, like, why milk? And they're like, you can make so many things with milk, and you can keep it cold outside. I would rather have a case of Diet Dr. Peppers and put them outside in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, that's going on. We'll talk more about that as we get closer. But today, wrapping up the year, it's going to be just a very windy day. Today, winds 20, 30 miles an hour. The high is about what you're seeing right now. The high is 60. We're at 57. So around lunchtime, it's going to start dropping. It's going to be cold tonight.
Yeah.
And then Friday night and Saturday night, lows will be in the low 20s.
Oh.
Very cold weekend coming up.
Yeah.
But the next weekend will be even colder.
I may put a post up on WQSB Facebook.
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment of WQSB in 2024?
Ooh, that's a good
And
one.
tell us.
Yeah.
You know what mine was?
What?
Waddles.
Yes.
Waddles.
It's like the community came together.
We all did,
Trying to help this poor little goose.
And
that-
everywhere we would go, it would be like, how's Waddles? Or where's
we
he at
love
today?
Waddles.
We love Waddles.
Yes.
I know. And then he died. And that was sad. But that was my
Terrible.
favorite. Yeah, that was my favorite part. I'm going to go ahead and put that up.
But it just shows, seriously, being serious, you can pull together in a community over something. I know you're saying, well, it's still a living creature, yes, but
Yeah.
it was a goose. And there was like thousands of them around Gunnersville, but we tried to help this one that needed help.
Yeah. Well, and we did.
We did. We tried our
helped
best to
him.
help him, yeah.
By putting him down.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a choice.
No, he was being bullied.
No.
He was
Yeah,
by the other
yeah. I
geese,
thought
yeah.
you meant like
By the other
by
geese.
us, but
No, by the other geese, yeah.
They wouldn't let him eat.
No.
They said that he had to have been in so much pain it was unbearable to put any weight and pressure on that foot.
Imagine having a fishing line wrapped around your foot so tight that it's began swelling up and
Yeah, and they couldn't get to it.
no.
It had so much growth. Ew.
Ew, it was
Being
nasty.
careful because people are eating breakfast.
Yeah.
And it was really
It was
gross.
nasty.
Yeah, it was.
It's like a giant
and we just knew that we could
like a
get
giant
it off
piece of
of there.
honeycomb cereal wrapped around his ankle.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, all right. Hey, What the Blank game is up. You can play it on our Facebook Live this morning. We have a new puzzle. It's an event. It's what, two words, and make your guess between now and 7. We'll be announcing the first hourly winner at 7. You can play the game by going on our Facebook Live. It's 6:18. Well, I'll be honest, it's hard to find stuff that's been going on which is good. You don't want a lot of bad stuff happening, but really, there's other than countdowns and top 10 lists, there's not a whole lot going on in the entertainment world right now
Yeah.
other than football, bowl games.
Yeah, and we don't want to talk about football for 3 hours.
Yeah, 'cause
well,
which-
you probably could.
Well, Bama does play at 11 o'clock, I'm sure.
Excited about that.
If you're a Bama fan, you know they play at 11 o'clock today. So, but anyway, speaking of sports, one of the big things was, I like it when they name like athletes of the year and things like that. Would you agree with the choice by USA Today?
Yeah, USA Today says that Simone Biles and Caitlin Clark are the two athletes that had the best 2024 year,
I agree
and
with
they
that.
are named athletes of the year.
It's hard to beat Simone Biles after what she did at the Olympics.
You can't.
No.
And you know what? I'm so proud that these two are athletes of the year, and they're women.
Yeah.
Good.
Good choices. Caitlin Clark is amazing to watch.
She is.
She went from college, had an amazing
threes.
career. Then she had her first professional WNBA season.
Yeah.
Did great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so fun to watch when
She
she
is.
shoots off the key and
Oh,
it
my
goes
goodness.
in.
Yeah.
Man.
She's good.
She's so fun.
Yeah.
And then Squid Game season 3 may come sooner than you think.
Yeah, we wrapped up season 2 over the weekend. Binge watch. I think Will also watched it, and
He
he
did.
agreed. It's good, but I don't think it was good as season 1.
It wasn't.
They spent more time with the games in season 1. This time they're spending more time with characters and other storylines, and not as much with the games.
I know.
The games they have had are good.
I'm just going to say it. I hated
Yeah.
the ending. I hated
Yeah.
it. The way it ended, it was like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
They spent like 30 minutes with this gunfight battle between the Pink Soldiers, which that's their music, and the contestants in the game.
Yeah. There was no game. Like, they played 2 games.
Yeah.
3 maybe.
They didn't have enough games.
No, they didn't have enough games. But the 3rd season of The Hit is going to, let's see, it hasn't got an exact air date yet, but they feel like it's either going to debut late summer or early fall. So it's not too
Good.
long. Not
First,
too
they're
long
saying
ago.
it might be 2026. They've already filmed it.
Yeah.
They're just, I don't know why they're waiting. I guess they're waiting for people to go ahead and watch season 2.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. They say the numbers are good, but the numbers on Netflix not as good as season 1.
But there was only, 7 episodes?
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
a couple of them are like 90 minutes, though.
Yeah, that's true.
They're long episodes.
That's true, yeah.
So if you're a fan of season 1, I think you'll like it, but I didn't like it as much as season 1. Season 2 is not as good.
You'll like it. You just may not love it.
Yeah, when they get into the games, that part's fun. Watching
Oh, yeah.
the games.
That's fun.
Yeah, so check it out. It's on Netflix, 627.
WQSB Mornings with Barry and Holly.
And of course, it's New Year's Eve. We'll talk more about the 2 big celebrations. You got the one in New York, which I think the forecast shows rain.
Yeah.
But the one in Nashville, if you're planning on heading up, you and about 200,000 other people will be there.
I have some friends that went. Yeah.
I don't know that I could hang out with 200,000 people. That's going to be a madhouse.
No, I'd have a panic attack.
Yes.
There's no way.
I mean, you throw a free concert like this with Keith Urban and Jelly Roll, it's going to be outside. At least the weather's going to be decent tonight.
Yeah.
for
You're not going to
Nashville.
freeze.
No, it's going to be too bad.
Girls, you can show your pretty tops.
Yeah.
Not have to wear a big overcoat.
No. Well, it's going to cool off by dark, so I would take the jacket anyway. But anyway, speaking of other things, this is weird. We looked up a list of, because what we do here, you mentioned yesterday, a lot of people like to have black-eyed peas and turnip greens on New Year's Day. That's like a tradition.
Yes, that's a huge tradition.
There's other traditions in other countries. Have you seen this list?
I'm looking.
Like in Cuba, they do something called water tossing for New Year's Eve.
What's
They
that?
believe that throwing a bucket of dirty water out of their homes at midnight tonight represents the act of washing away bad luck, misfortunes, and negative energies that you've accumulated over the past year.
Okay.
It's meant to start the new year afresh by throwing out the old dirty water and filling it full of clean water.
Okay, where do you get this dirty water? Do you-
They say that you mop your floors, clean your floors, and you let it sit there until it's
Okay.
midnight tonight. Then you throw it out.
Okay. What if you miss the midnight mark? Like, what if you doze off?
I think it's bad luck.
Oh, no.
12 more months of bad luck.
Jeez, I can't
Yeah.
take any more of that.
Yeah.
What about in Greece?
Onions.
Mm.
Onions is the big thing. You ever heard of this?
Nope, never heard of this.
They believe in hanging onions in culture. Their culture is deeply rooted in symbolism and ritual. They believe that since ancient Greece, they had the ability to sprout even when neglected. It represents rebirth, fertility, and regeneration. So onions, hanging an onion on the door is believed to promote personal growth and prosperity for the upcoming year. Onions.
That's a weird smelling tradition.
I'd go for garlic, at least to keep the vampires away.
Yeah. What about Philippines?
12 spherical fruits. I'm asking you, what's a spherical fruit? Is that like
A round fruit, I think.
That'd be like an orange?
I think so.
Orange, what, tangerine?
Yeah.
Apple's kind of round. It's close.
They're not.
Grapefruit?
Yeah.
Are there 12 of them?
On the 12th day of spherical fruits. Hold on, let me say in the Philippines
said to me, here's one, eat it. But they believe that you serve 12 spherical fruits on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It represents prosperity because they're round. As for the lucky number, each fruit represents 1 month of the year, upcoming year. The fruit shall always take center stage at the table during the midnight meal. So they get up at midnight in the Philippines, or some do, and they enjoy 12 fruits. In Ireland, I'd much rather have the 12 spherical fruits, and then instead of doing what they do in Ireland.
What do they do?
They bang pots and pans.
Oh, no, thank you.
They get out in the streets and bang pots and pans. It's supposed to ward off evil spirits and negativity, paving the way for a happy and positive year ahead. I hate to tell you, if you do that around some neighborhoods, you won't make it to the new year.
No, you
Somebody's
won't.
going to kill you.
You will actually welcome evil spirits and
They'll
negativity.
take some of those fireworks that they were planning on shooting in the sky, and they're going to shoot them towards you.
Those bottle rockets straight to the nose.
Or whatever body part.
Yeah.
In Armenia, they believe that this is really strange. They say that they don't just make a wish, they consume it.
What?
The tradition goes back to Russia. Some families write their wishes for the New Year's on a scrap piece of paper. They then set it on fire, and they put the ashes in a drink, and then they drink the ashes with their drink. And it's supposed to be drinking your wishes for the new year.
That's weird.
Imagine a piece of paper that's been burnt, and then you put those ashes into a drink, like, say, your coffee over there, and you drink it. That's what they do.
No, it's weird. Armenia is weird.
Now, you see the one from Denmark?
Chair jumping?
Yeah.
What is this?
You going to try that?
What is it?
At midnight tonight in Denmark, they stand on a chair, then they jump down to the floor.
Yeah, I could do that.
They say by spending the last moments of the year with your feet off the ground, they believe you can jump into the new year fresh, leaving all negativity and bad vibes in the year that just elapsed.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
This year has been so bad, I would be willing to do any of these. Except for banging on the pots and pans.
Yeah, while drinking a drink with burnt paper in
My
it.
burnt paper.
Then finally in Latin America, they carry an empty suitcase.
Oh, where do they carry it to?
They say that if you're out partying, you have an empty suitcase, and you stroll around the block. It's thought the act is enough to ensure the year ahead be filled with travel and adventure. And it's empty. That way you can fill up your empty suitcase with dreams for the upcoming year.
All of these are very
These are
odd.
strange.
Yeah. Is this like real?
Yeah, they really do some of these.
Yeah.
Or all of these. That is very strange.
Well, they probably look at us and they're like, in the South, they eat turnip greens and black-eyed peas.
And they drop a giant moon pie from the sky in Mobile, which we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. And that's just a few of the things.
Yeah.
In Florida, they drop a giant pineapple in Sarasota. There's some weird ones.
Life is weird.
Yeah. All right, 6:43.
Mornings with Barry and Holly here on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
Sponsored by U.S. Hydraulics, specializing in hydraulic parts and heavy equipment repair. They can help you today. Call 256-849-0215 to get it done right the first time.
This podcast episode is sponsored by Brazos, the only authentic Mediterranean restaurant in Marshall County. With great hospitality and even better meals, visit them in Gunnersville today.
Time for Holly's Pile of Stories. And if you're going to be around the house tonight, maybe having a get-together party, for years it was always Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Everybody watched it. Then Keith Urban and Nashville got together and said, hey, why don't we do something similar, do it here in Nashville, and have a big free party? And now, of the two of these, I watch the Nashville one more than I do Ryan Seacrest and the one on ABC.
Yeah. So Ryan Seacrest is actually, it's his 20th year as host.
Doesn't seem that long.
That's crazy.
20 years since Dick Clark passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He's going to be the host on ABC live from New York City. Rita Ora will be joining him as co-host, and Carrie Underwood is set to perform just before midnight. Other performers include Jonas Brothers, Alanis Morissette, Renee Rapp, Dasha, Ernest, Hardy. Yay!
They're trying to compete with Nashville's show, aren't they?
Kesha and T-Pain.
Okay.
And then Nashville has some big plans. Jack Daniel's New Year's Eve Live, Nashville's Big Bash, is going to take place in Music City's Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. This is going to be so much fun, but so crowded. The city estimates that over 200,000 people will attend the free party, which has live music from Keith Urban, Kane Brown, Jelly Roll, and Shabuzi.
That's good stuff.
That is so good. You can watch the 5-hour special on CBS. It's going to start airing at 7 p.m. Central Time.
5 hours, and it's all free. Do you imagine 200,000 people to Nashville? Because we were up there for CRS back in March, and there was a lot of radio people, but not 200,000 people.
No, I don't know if I could be around that many
That'd
people.
be tough.
Yeah.
Because you would think every hotel anywhere near Nashville, probably Franklin, sold, booked for months.
I just want to watch it from my living room and be nice and cozy under my blankets.
You're exactly right.
And then wake up in my own house the next day.
Not having to fight the crowd to get to your hotel room and listen to partying all night long.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Like banging of the pots and pans.
Yeah, exactly. Jumping off chairs.
People carrying suitcases around.
Yeah, and eating spherical fruits.
Weird.
Yeah, weird stuff. It's
Weird.
6:54,
Barry and Holly on Alabama's Country Giant, WQSB.
Nothing else.
You are in trouble.
Yeah.
If you're hanging out with us on the live feed.
Scott says even ugly people need cuddles too. You are correct,
my
Scott.
gosh.
You are correct. Somebody hit his message.
I think Facebook did that.
Why?
I had to unhide it. I don't know.
That's weird.
Because I think it said cuddles.
That's bad?
I guess.
Really?
I don't know. I just said the 4-letter S word because a bird almost flew in here.
Yeah.
We've got the window open.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
It's hot.
Scott had it turned up like 1,000 degrees.
It is so hot. I had to go change into a T-shirt.
Then you said there was a bird that almost flew,
yeah.
We had the window cracked.
Do you see that bar right there?
I do.
It flew to the bar. And I thought it was going to come in here. And I said, S word.
Yeah.
And then my mom is not watching, or she would have gotten on to me.
What would happen if I was asking you, if the bird flies in this room, what do we do?
I lock you in.
How do we get it out?
I don't know.
You lock me in?
Yeah.
You make me sit.
I just pull the door to.
Yeah.
Lock it.
When we were little, we had a squirrel get in the house.
No.
It was so hard. It was hard to get out.
I bet it was. But how'd you get it out?
I don't remember. I think I passed out.
Did they kill it?
No. Probably if Daddy's in charge of the whole hunt, it died.
I bet they killed it.
Probably. We probably had it for dinner.
Oh.
Because we ate liver, we ate any food. Oh.
Ooh, you had liver once a week.
Once a week we had liver, and you couldn't go outside and play until you cleaned your plate. And even the dog got so bad on liver night, the dog wouldn't even come sit next to me because it knew I'd always handed the liver under the table, and it said no.
What does liver taste like?
Like, I've never done it before. Probably when the dog licks itself, probably that.
Okay. When you cut into the liver, is it like...
It's like a bloody, like metal taste.
Metal taste?
It's like metal. Well, blood is what, iron?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm serious.
Oh my God. But they fried it or what? Quit reading the comments.
I'm about to need more than so.
Come join us on Facebook Live. We have such a good time.
I may be kicked off for a few days.
You may have us banned.
They had squirrel dumplings. You're right, Scott.
Oh. Ew.
But anyway, the squirrel got in there. I don't remember how we got it out.
I would have to save a squirrel. I'd have to call somebody and be like, hey, can you come help me humanely catch this squirrel?
What would you do?
I don't know.
Get some kind of
I would just,
bag?
I guess, pretend I was Snow White and just live with it.
Hope it comes and sits on your arm?
Yeah.
Like a bird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know.
Did you ever have any wild animals get loose in your house?
I've had a snake.
Oh.
Yeah, a snake.
Ooh.
That was when I was 8 months pregnant with Mayer. I looked out I opened the door and I looked up under the little doormat right there. It was up against the wall, and I was like, why is this PVC pipe moving? And I was like, what is this? It was a 10-foot black snake.
Seriously?
Yeah.
10
and
foot.
the window was open, and it crawled up a chair and crawled into the house, and I went into labor the next day.
I bet you did.
I really did.
Your water broke a bunch of times.
Well, I'm telling you, that's probably the scariest I've ever been.
You had all
in my
kinds of
own
water
home.
breaking.
Yeah. Have you had other than squirrel?
Was it a black snake? Seriously?
Seriously.
I got chased by one in the pasture once.
Aren't they not like
Those
a
are
black
fast.
racer?
The
Not
black
like
racers are
no,
fast.
No. It wasn't
Oh.
a black. It was a chicken snake
Well,
or
the black
whatever.
racers are fast.
No, it was a non-venomous snake. I'll pull up a picture. I'll show
Okay,
you.
I believe you.
And I'll show the people on the live feed how big it was. It's crazy.
How'd you get rid of it?
I called Trent Hammond, and he came and got it off the porch for me. And then, believe it or not, they took it to a farm where they put it in the barn. Really?
Oh, let it.
I mean, I was very emotional and 8 months pregnant,
Yeah.
so I don't know if they just told me that, but I trust Trent.
Well, they always say
Trent's
that,
a good guy.
they have them in barns. They take care of the rats and
That's
stuff
what
like
they
that.
say, yeah.
Sarah says she had a possum get into her house one time.
Oh, listen.
Possums are okay.
Chandler lives with a possum.
Now, some of them they tried to scare you by hissing and all that, but
They're so cute.
if you raise them like the one we have, Sand Mountain Sam,
Sam Mountain Sam is completely human handled and trained, and he's awesome.
which, by the way, we're less than 1 month away from Possum Day.
Can't believe it.
It's going to be bigger and better than ever before. Mm-hmm. It really is.
No.
We have-
Britt says it was like a scene from a movie. My dad let a possum in the house
a cat.
thinking it was a cat. It walked out under my bed like it had lived there all its life.
That's funny. Yeah. But we've got a lot of details coming soon, and City of Boaz is involved in this. We're going to be moving locations with the Possum Day. It's going to be in basically
Old Mill Park,
downtown
yeah.
Boaz. So we've got Sand Mountain Sam ready. We've got a whole lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
And the one thing to remember is it's going to be, we can't do it on Possum Day.
Because Sam doesn't work weekends.
February the 2nd this year falls on a Sunday.
He's got to go to church.
Got to go to church. Seriously, our possum doesn't work weekends, and he goes to church. So, being a Southern possum, so we're going to do it on that Friday. Which what's 2 days between predicting the weather?
It's a fun. Talk to your kids' teachers and see if they'll bring them out for a field trip to Old Mill Park in Boaz. It's going to be so much fun. They do actually participate in this. If you talk to them, we had some students come out last year to Possum Day, and they had a blast. We're going to look. I suggested looking into face painting. We have food vendors.
Yeah.
We have what else?
Hey, back up for a second.
Oh, sorry.
Some of the schools, they treat it as a learning day, seriously.
Yes,
Because
yes.
We will teach you things about possums, which Chandler and Terry know a lot of stuff, and it's not like you're just taking a few hours out of school and just wasting them. You're going to come watch something big. It's Possum Day. It's going to be on that Friday leading into the weekend, and we'll be giving you more details. It's going to be like around 8:30, 8:45 that morning. Last year we had schools come out, and the schools, they use it as a learning day.
Did you already say we're going to be live there?
We're going to be doing the morning show
We're going
live.
to do the morning show live
on that
there.
day. So a lot of stuff coming up, and a thank you to the City of Boaz for making this happen, and we'll be giving a lot of details coming up.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, the quote of the day. I'm trying to find something maybe in time with New Year's, and this one I think is a good one for New Year's to kick off the new year.
I like this one. It says, for the new year, don't fear failure so much that you refuse to try new things. The saddest summary of a life contains 3 things: could have, might have, and should have.
Ooh.
That's good. I think mine I relate most recently is doing the weather. I get so nervous. I get so scared that I can't do it or that I'm going to mess up. And my career is launched just a little bit further because I did it. And with your help and encouragement.
You didn't think you could do it. You
I know,
were
I
scared
didn't.
to do it.
I didn't think I
said,
could do it.
You can do it.
Yeah, I didn't
Trust
think I
me.
could. And I am breaking glass ceilings. First woman
on the morning
show to do it. Yeah.
Really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had women do weather during the day.
Many times, yeah.
But not on the morning show. You've
No.
hogged it. You
Yeah.
have completely hogged
I know.
it.
I'm a weather hoarder.
And you are a weather hoarder.
Dirt. Yeah. And that also applies to me with doing something I didn't think I could do. A few years ago, Andrew Porch reached out to me from Snead State Baseball. Said, hey, we're going to start live streaming our baseball games, and we need somebody to do play-by-play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Tyler mentioned this to me. They asked Tyler first. I think Tyler was busy because he does 7,000 things.
He does.
And he said, would you be interested? I said, first I said no. I said, I've never done baseball. I said, I've done basketball, I've done football, I've never done baseball.
Yeah.
And I said, but I would consider it. And I almost had one of these. I almost could have, might have, and should have. I almost had one of those moments where if I'd have said no, I'd be kicking myself. So when I did it, love doing baseball now.
Yeah.
I've done the last, I think, 3 years. I've done Snead State baseball on the live stream, thanks to Coach Porch and Coach Casey Underwood. Man, I love it.
Think about this aspect. You have taken off the anniversary of Reed's death every year, and this year you said, I'm going to try something new.
True.
I'm going to work and honor Reed and tell his story, and we did. We did that for your son.
We did.
And you were scared of the failure because you thought, what if nobody cares, or what if? And I was like, Barry, they will. And that was one of our biggest shows of the year.
Had more people reach out to me and say that they've gone through something similar, and they appreciated me talking about it, and a lot of people didn't even know it had happened.
Yeah.
I didn't make it public. It just one of those things, but more people responded to that show than anything we've ever done.
Yeah, they did.
That was probably the biggest moment for me of 2024 was that show.
Yeah.
And you can listen to that show by going and finding our podcast. The date was
episode 100.
100, where we have podcasts. Listen to that show. There was a lot of, and we talked a lot of inspirational type things in there, and there's a lot of personal stuff that was in that show. It was a good show.
One.
And by the way, thank you again to our podcast sponsors this month, U.S. Hydraulics and Brazos, for making it possible. And this show will be up on our podcast coming up around 9:30 later this morning.
That's right.
All right, 7:19.
WQSB, mornings with Barry and Holly. Serious.
Yeah, remember last year when we had that cold blast coming in, and
The
there
police
is
came and got us.
Yeah.
The police came. I guess we're essential workers. They came and got us from our homes.
They don't really know us very well, do they?
I mean, they don't know us.
Yeah.
No, they just know they hear.
But
they
there
don't
is
know behind the scenes.
we were joking yesterday, Will, about some of the TikTok so-called meteorologists who. My thought is they couldn't get a job at a real station, so they just began doing their own. But now they were saying it was going to happen this week. Okay. They're about a week off.
Okay.
Next week is when some of the National Weather Service meteorologists were saying for sure the cold weather is coming, and there is a chance that some of the moisture out of the Gulf, if it gets here at the right time, it could have snow as far down as the Panhandle in Florida.
Really?
There is a chance.
Has your son seen snow yet?
Yes. You remember we had just a little bit, like a dusting, but nothing like significant.
Yeah.
And I love listening to James Spann go off on those TikTok and Facebook, and he calls them goobs.
Yeah.
The fair weather goobs.
Yeah.
I love it.
They've been doing it for about a month now, but so they were close. They're about a week off on their predictions, but the cold air is coming in. Holly loves this kind of weather.
I do. Everybody's against me on Facebook Live. They're all saying, Holly, stop it. Stop.
No.
But I love it.
What about you, Will? Do you like this kind of weather or no?
Only in the short term, maybe for like a day or two.
Yeah.
But like if it's going to get cold, like we've got to have snow. If we don't have snow, then I don't see any point in it.
Like, was it last year when it was so cold?
Iced.
The wind chill was way below zero.
Yeah.
And it was dangerous.
I know. I decided that I was going to try to drive on one of those last days of the ice.
I remember.
And I got stuck in a ditch, and my daddy had to come pull me out. And I drive a Jeep.
Yeah.
What? I mean, I don't know how to drive on it.
No.
We don't know how to drive on ice.
We don't.
I can't imagine, like, the people up north, where is it, like, Chicago, where they have, like, the frostbite warning? So,
wow.
you get frostbite within, like, 8 minutes.
Wow.
If you have exposed skin in 8 minutes, you're, like, severely frostbitten.
God, I can't.
It's awful.
I'd wrap my kids up like Randy from A Christmas Story. I can't put my arms down.
That's funny.
Yeah, that'd be my kids.
But anyway, there is a chance. It's still 11 days away, 11 days, so we'll keep an eye on it for you and see. And I was telling Holly, and of all the times in the world, it's going to happen, if it happens, right leading into the Marshall County basketball tournament.
Fun times.
Mm-hmm.
Was it last year, 2 years ago, when they had similar and they had to push it back a week?
Yeah, I think it was like two years ago, almost
2 or 3. Yeah, 2 or 3.
I can't stand that because I mean it throws everybody's week.
Yeah, and they delayed it and delayed it and delayed it, but they finally got it in.
They did.
Yeah.
So there's a chance if any of this happens, it's going to happen the week leading into it again.
And you always got to think about like the Brindley Mountains and Grants
Yeah.
that have to travel
Coming down
Down
all
the
way.
mountain.
Yeah.
to Sneed.
Yeah, and they have to go down the
Back
mountain
up.
and then back up in Gunnersville.
Yep.
And so that's a tough.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it may not even happen. We don't know. We know it's going to be cold. That's all we know. In the meantime, time to learn knowledge nuggets. So, what have we got today?
New Year's Eve tradition in Spain. The Spanish ritual on New Year's Eve is to eat 12 grapes at midnight. The tradition is meant to secure 12 happy months in the coming year.
Well, don't
12
you just
grapes.
drink a glass of wine,
Oh, drink 12 glasses of wine.
12 ounces.
and you'll miss the new
Or 12
year,
glasses.
and you'll miss the first day of the new year, and wake up on January 2nd. Yeah.
That'd be fine. Do you do anything traditional for New Year's?
No, other than like the food, but
Yeah.
The greens and the beans and the-
after this past year, I'm like, forget the beans and the
Yeah.
greens.
I'm
and
with you.
stuff.
I know. What is it? The one that brings you money? Is it greens?
Yes.
I ate my
Yeah.
weight in greens last year. I was like, I've got to have some money this year, and I actually took a pay cut. So, well, not really. I just started blowing my money. But
Oh,
yeah.
So, was it collard
Yeah.
greens and black-eyed peas and
Yeah.
hog jowl?
Hog jowl.
Jowls.
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 Jowls?
What's the official
Jowls.
way to say it?
I thought it was hog jaw,
Jowl.
but it's hog jowl.
Jowls.
Like
Jowls.
like dogs have.
Look at, I don't know.
I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll
Look
look
it
it
up.
up.
Figure it out.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, 13% of married Americans say that tax benefits was one of the most important reasons they got married.
Do you love me? Yes. As long as I get that tax benefit, I will marry you.
I hear people all the time before
Yeah.
the year ends, like, "Hey, let's get married. Let's run over to the courthouse for tax purposes,
Wow.
so they can get in a different tax bracket."
That's sad.
What about health insurance? To get on their health insurance. You're married to get on their health insurance.
That's important. Mm-hmm. It's important.
They got the PHIP teacher. Yep.
Yep.
So 13% have done it just to get the tax benefit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Personally, from what I've heard, I think it would be more than that.
I think you're right.
13%.
I think, it probably would.
And
be.
and some people get divorced because of the tax.
Ooh,
Well,
that's
I was
true.
going to say, I have friends that will not get married because they lose government funded benefits and their tax head of household benefits. I don't know.
Good thought. Good
Do you?
thought.
Let me ask you this: do you get more of a refund if you're married, head of household, or single, or if you're married or single?
I think you would get more, especially if you're claiming kids, because that puts you in a lower tax bracket with your total annual income.
I don't know. Some even when they get married, they still file single and whatever. They
Yeah.
still
File separately.
Yeah.
they do.
Married files
Barry,
separately.
what
don't
are you
know.
doing after the show today?
We got to hurry because you only got 70 hours left.
We don't have much.
You only got 16 hours left.
By the way, it is hog jowl. About 38% of Americans lie to their doctor about their drinking habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exercising and drinking. They'll
Yeah.
ask you those questions.
And the smoking. I've seen people
Yeah.
straight up bold faced. No,
Yeah.
I don't smoke. It's like, okay, I saw you burning one day on
Yeah.
coming
I
in
know.
and-
You're in the-
You literally smell like the inside of Sandy's Roadhouse. You cannot deny that you do not drink or smoke.
I don't smoke.
You have a fireball shot in your pocket. We can see it. I don't drink.
Yeah, as you're getting out in the parking lot and you see all the bottles falling.
Yeah, you don't drink.
Do you lie to your doctor?
Yeah, because
I do too.
the heart doctor always says, "Actually, are you still walking 5 days a week?" Oh, that's 30 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm supposed to, but I'm not.
Yeah. I got called out one time. My doctor
Yeah.
was like, if you're walking, you're not losing.
Oh,
And he wasn't ugly about it, but he just kind of called me out like,
that's ugly. Yeah.
I have to tell y'all a funny story that I can't tell you on live or
Oh,
radio
okay.
when we get done with this. But
right.
have you lied to your doctor?
Yeah, and only for like the exercise and stuff, because
Yeah.
I mean they're
Yeah.
like, hey, your cholesterol says different. And like I
Yeah.
said, I'm 291 pounds now. So.
Don't you know that they look at you like, God, there's another one, another liar.
Liar.
Yeah.
Wherever they're
They're
marking check.
Like you
liar.
weigh, Will weighs 291 pounds. Do you exercise? Yes, every day. I roll.
Yeah, liar.
That's probably why they got chicken scratch. All the, you were
Probably.
talking about the chicken scratch. Like, okay, forget this guy.
Yeah, he's a liar. Habitual liar.
Probably
Yeah.
so.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
Will. 7:58.
WQSB. Mornings with Barry and Holly.
QSB, it's Brantley Gilbert and Ashley Cook, and over when we're sober, it's 8:13 with Barry and Holly. We're talking to our Facebook Live folks. We encourage you, if you're looking for something different, click on our Facebook page. You can click on either the top where it says Facebook, the red circle button, or click on you can see us in the studio, and you can watch. You don't hear the music, which Facebook won't allow that, so we can't do that, but you can just hear we're talking. Like now, we're on Facebook Live and the radio, but when we finish our break on the radio, we're still live on Facebook Live. You can hear what we're doing in here.
Yeah, you can come hang out with us.
Sometimes Holly is very embarrassing.
No,
and
I'm not. I did cuss earlier because a bird almost flew through our open window.
It was coming at me, at me.
Yeah, I did. But I would do like Dwight Schrute did in The Office, and I would just wait for it to land on you and then bag you.
And then beat me with a broom.
And beat you with a broom,
Try to kill the
when the
bird
bat got on Kelly's head.
That would be so sweet of you. Thank you for looking out for me.
You're welcome.
But we were talking on Facebook Live. We have a new game. We're going to start it officially Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly for the kids, because we have a lot of kids who listen, and thank you for letting your kids listen, because we try to keep it as family friendly. So we wanted to have a game for them to play. So what we're going to do is, it's called Are You Kidding Me? And we thought about this during lunch one day. We're going to take a caller, probably the first caller. We'll I don't know. You figure that part out. But then the kid that gets on the radio with us, the child, has to be under how old?
16.
16 and under.
Yeah.
And then we're going to ask you, give you two facts.
Mm-hmm.
One fact's going to be true, and one fact's going to be we're kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to guess which one and say, are you kidding me? Which one is real? Which one is not?
For example,
if we said 90% of squirrels are born male,
or
sea otters
hold hands while sleeping.
Sleep.
Yeah. Which one is true and which one is kidding? Yep. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And you gotta imagine it as
we even have music.
Yeah, kidding. Like KID in capitals.
Kidding. Like here's the music.
What? Are you kidding me?
You gotta be kidding me.
Are you kidding me?
So there's the game show music. I think that's from Price is Right, I think.
I like it.
But we're going to play that. So this is like an old game show, and you're going to have to guess. What do you win?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yay.
Yay. You get bragging rights that you were on the radio.
You'll be the Are You Kidding Me? We're not playing right now, by the way. Somebody's calling.
We could.
We could.
Take it.
I don't have any facts. Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that fact we just gave?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Can we take a caller?
Take it.
Okay, we'll see if this
See what they want first.
Yeah, okay. Hello, QSB.
Hey.
Hey, are you calling for the contest?
I don't know if we're doing it now or not.
Well, we are. Have you got your radio turned up?
Yeah, I'll turn it down.
Yeah, turn the radio down.
There we go. We turn the music. Now, what is your name?
Amanda.
Amanda? So, Amanda, if we were playing this game, Are You Kidding Me? We'll give you the two facts again. And the two facts are, one, 90% of squirrels, when they're born male. Or the other fact is,
sea otters hold hands while sleeping.
Which one would you go with? Which one is the fact, and which one are we kidding you about?
I think the squirrels is a fact.
The squirrels is a fact. Well, I'd have
Let's
to say,
see. Let's see.
Well, the answer is
it's sea otters hold hands while sleeping.
That's true.
Yeah.
While sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, the squirrel thing, I don't really know.
Yeah, we don't know the statistics. Barry just made that
one
up.
Yeah. Out of thin air.
But I will tell you this. We love that you called.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to play because you got to be 16 or younger. Are you Are you 16?
Do you have kids?
I'm beyond 16.
Oh. Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have a kid.
See,
12.
We would say
12 years old, that's perfect.
They would be perfect.
Yeah.
We're going to try to do it while they're on the way to school. That's why we're going to start Monday. When does your kids go back to school?
Okay.
When does he go? He or she?
7th January. He.
So when does he go back to school?
The 7th.
The 7th.
7th. So it'll be. So I guess teachers for some may go back Monday. For some, I don't know. It's so confusing.
We don't know.
On the 6th.
Gotcha. Then the kids go back. A lot of schools on Tuesday. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll start Monday. We may have to take an adult. I don't know if the kid is up that time of day. They'll go to play.
We'll see.
We'll make them. Are you kidding me?
The first one was successful. This was successful.
Yeah.
It worked.
It worked. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thank you for playing the game with us. We appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So we're going to work on finding some facts and some facts and making up some facts. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to be starting, we can play again Thursday just for fun.
We can,
Just to see if it's going to work.
Yeah.
Give a little test drive, a little test run.
Yeah, a little test.
It's kind of like when the restaurants open a day early.
Yeah.
They just to do a little test run.
Dip your little toes in the water.
Except Wendy's, Russell said they didn't.
They went full hardcore.
They did. Yeah.
Like,
he grabbed that stripper pole and went at it.
He
just
sure
right up,
did.
Didn't do any practice runs.
He
just
sure
went
did.
straight to the pole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just twirled around it too. Did a great job.
Which, by the way, Wendy's is very impressive and such beautiful.
Yes, in Albertville. Wendy's in Albertville.
They are open. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Go say hey to Russell.
Yeah.
Tell him we sent you. They're going to be playing WQSB morning show soon.
Yeah.
When they get that fixed. But they got some good breakfast.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, right.
Go get you a Dave single. That's our favorite.
I love it. All right, it's 8:18.
Mornings with Barry and Holly here on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
How could this happen? In Indiana, St. Joseph County, the guy was drinking and driving, 22-year-old Giovanni Franco. He was arrested, blood alcohol level of 0.245.
Whoa.
Okay, that's bad. Here's the crazy part. While transporting him to the hospital, since his high blood alcohol level, they noticed something as they were getting him out of the patrol car. He had snuck in 4 unopened cans of beer into the patrol car. Okay, he's already drunk, and somehow as they're putting him in the car, how did he sneak 4 more cans into the back of the police car?
He said, I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to take this one, and this one.
How did he get them in?
Oh, there's no telling. You can.
I guess he wasn't handcuffed.
You can sneak the cans in any way you can get them in.
I guess he had big pockets or something.
Yeah, big pockets. I don't know, under your shirt. I don't know.
I don't know where.
I don't know. For real though, I don't know where you would hide.
Was it one of those tall boys? I mean, that limits the places you could hide it.
Yeah, it'd have to be a short. Yeah. So
4 of them were laying in the back seat, unopened.
That's impressive.
It is. That nobody noticed it. The other police did not notice it.
Yeah.
Somehow he got in the car with 4 more cans.
Well,
he was just going to drink some more. Well, if I'm going to jail for drinking, I'm just going to.
He wasn't done. 0.245. 0.08 is the legal limit to drive.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. So he was how many times over? Lord.
And he's going to drink 4 more on his way.
I got more. I got to have a little bit more.
No, not quite there yet. It's 8:30.
Barry and Holly on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
Sponsored by U.S. Hydraulics, specializing in hydraulic parts and heavy equipment repair. They can help you today. Call 256-849-0215 to get it done right the first time.
This podcast episode is sponsored by Brazos, the only authentic Mediterranean restaurant in Marshall County. With great hospitality and even better meals, visit them in Gunnersville today.